Hi everyone, welcome once again to Tamso Crafties online tutorials. Just like the thumbnail, we are about to make a washable baby diaper, and the materials needed for this project is your fabric, your lining, your mackintosh, your marker pen, your tape rule, and your pattern paper. We also need a napkin that we'll use to fill in our diaper, that will absorb whatever the urine or the poo. So sit back as we go into the pattern drafting first. We are going to draft the pattern first before we now use the pattern to cut on our fabric, our lining, and our mackintosh. The measurement needed for this project is 18 inches, but we are using 9 inches because when we are going to cut on the fabric, we'll cut it on fold. So we are using 9 inches by 9 by 18 inches. We're using 9 by 18 inches. So let's start. The first thing we are going to do is to measure half of the pattern paper. This is it. 18 divided by 2 is 9. Measure it half. That is 9 inches. 9 inches and 9 inches. So we are going to rule our line. Sit. Make sure your line is straight. Mine is doing one kind. Okay, so that is it. Now from the 9 inches, you're going to measure 3.5 inches. From this down, from the down, you're going to measure 6 inches. I hope you're seeing it. 6 inches. Then from that 6 inches, you're going to measure 3 inches. And I keep my ruler straight. 3 inches. Just then from this top, from the top, the end part of the top, you're going to take 3 inches. Now, from this top, from these 3 inches, you're going to make an arc. If you have a curved ruler, you can use it, an arc, down to these 3 inches. From these 3 inches, you make your arc down to the 3.5 inches and down to this 3 inches. So let me do it. And so now for you to make it to have a curve effect, you come to this place and measure 1 inch. Then you take it. Then you come to this point also and make a free hand. You can just measure 1 inch too. And you come. Then you see all these points. This point is no longer needed. All these points I am marking is no longer needed. It's not part of our project again. Remember, this part is 3 inches. This is 9 inches. Unfold is 18 inches. This is 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches. And this part is 6 inches. This other part is 3 inches. So we'll go ahead to cut off this part that is not needed, and I'll come back. After cutting it off, after cutting this part that is not needed, I'll place it. I'll place them on my fabric, my lining, and my mackintosh. I'll place the pattern paper on it. After cutting the part that is not needed, I'll place it on it and cut it out. Then I'll come back and show us the next thing. So I've gone ahead to cut out the pattern paper just as we drafted. Look at it. This is a curvy effect. This is the top part of it. This is 3 inches, and this is 3.5, and this is the 6 inches, the 3 inches curvy effect I was talking about. And I've also gone ahead to place it on my fabric. This is it. Remember, it's on fold. It's on fold. When placing on the fabric is on fold. So when you place it on the fabric to cut on fold, as you open it up, this is what you get. Remember, this particular, lest I forget, this particular diapers, washable diapers, is for a 1-year-old baby. It's for a 1-year-old baby. This is the lining also that I have cut out. And this is the mackintosh. A medium-sized washable diaper that is suitable for a 1-year-old baby. So the next thing we are going to do is to place it this way. You first of all place the lining, the right side of the lining facing you, facing up. Then the right side of the fabric also facing down. That is right side facing right side for the lining and the fabric. Then you place your mackintosh on it. Make sure you align them properly. Make sure you align them properly. Then after that, from this midpoint, you measure 2 inches, and from here 2 inches. Let's say 4 inches here. Then you stitch. We measure the 2 inches so we can see the mark where we will stitch and stop. From here to here is 2 inches. From here to this black dot is also 2 inches. So you will stitch, you align them the way I told us. The lining first and the fabric right side facing right side. Then you place your mackintosh. Then you stitch round, all round, down to this point. I'll go and do that. Then I'll get back to us on the next thing we are going to do. To this point that I asked us to stitch. So the next thing we are going to do is to Measure from this point to this black dot. Measure 5 inches. Is my 5 inches. Also from this point to this black dot, 5 inches. The same thing from the other end to this other black dot, 5 inches. The same thing, measure 5 inches. Then you measure from here to this point. I also knot the curved part so that it will help when turning it inside out. But before we turn it inside out, you measure from this mark point to this mark point. What I got was 9.5. So I cut out an elastic of 5 inches. I'll place it like so on it, drag and sew till I get to that point. The same thing with this point. This one, 5 inches, I drag and put something here. Then also from this wing, I measure 4.5. Then from the other wing, I measure 4.5. What I got in the midpoint is 8 inches. So I cut out an elastic of 4.5 inches, which I'll also drag to sew till this point. So I'll go and do that. I'll go and sew this elastic, this other one, and that one. Then after that, I'll turn it, I'll come and show us before I turn it inside out. Okay, I'm done stitching it. See, I've stitched the two sides, the left part, and I've also stitched the waist, like I told us. This is 4.5 inches, 5 inches, elastic 5 inches, elastic 4.5 inches. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to turn it inside out. Now when we are turning it inside out, you do not turn it from here. If you turn it from here, number one, the fabric will be on the wrong side. Then number two, it will show this mackintosh. It will not be properly placed in fact. So you turn it from, this is the mackintosh, you raise the fabric, in between the fabric and the line. That's where you turn it inside out. So let me do that. So guys, I finished turning it inside out. I've turned it inside out. You can see it. This is the fine side of it, the good side of it. That's the elastic part, and this is the lining part, the rough side of it. This is the inside, and the other part is the outside. So you can see the place where we turned it out from. That's where we turned it out from. That part is still opened up. So the next thing we are going to do is to top stitch from that part that we turned it inside. We are going to top stitch round, top stitch it round. Okay, I finished top stitching. You can see I use a contrasting thread. But when doing yours, use a multicolored thread. And so I use a black thread. I top stitch. And when I got to this place of elastic, I had to push my hand away from the elastic a bit. So that the elastic will be at the middle while I top stitch down. The same thing I did that place, and the same thing I did here. So that is that. This is how our whatever diaper is now. So the next thing we are going to do, I measured from here, from this point of this tip to this point of this tip, and I got 5.25. So I have to fold my, remember I told us we are going to insert our napkin. So I have to fold my napkin by 5.5. After folding my napkin by 5 and 1/2, I'll go and stick it down like this. Stick it down here, stick it down here to hold it in place. And the next thing I will pass it through this top, not this down. If you pass it through this down, there's no way the urine can pass through. So you pass it through this top so that this napkin can be under the lining, and the mackintosh can preserve the urine from touching the fabric, down fabric. So this mackintosh is just like a preservation of the urine not coming down to the fabric. So after stitching here and stitching here, I will go and insert it. I'm just explaining what I'm going to do. I will insert it. After inserting it, then I will take this is our velcro. You can also call it magic tape. So after stitching this place and this, after inserting our uh, napkin, I will close up this part. I will close it like this. Close it up to align with this napkin. If I like, I can also add an elastic, just a small elastic, like 2 inches elastic. So make it smaller a bit. But if I don't like, I just close it like that. Then this is our velcro. It has a rough part, this is a rough part, and this is a smooth part. It's also called not rim. So I'll use the rough part and place, remember this is the top, the waist part of the diaper. And this is the part that comes like this. This is the part that comes like this. So I'll use the rough part, measure 1 inch from here, measure 1 inch from here, and place it like this, and fold it, fold it side and fold it side. Then the smooth part, I will take it out, cut it into two. But the rough part, I'm not cutting into two, I'm just making it long. The smooth part, I will cut it into two. Then I will use one part, measure 4.5 attach it from that 4.5 feet at the midpoint of this my ring. This is the ring. This is the ring. Remember this, we are doing it on the fine side. The rough part is on the fine side, while the smooth one is on the line, on the lining. So as I attach it, the half of it, I will also take this half and attach here, of which our diaper should now be like this. So I'll go and do all I have explained to keep the napkin, insert it inside the diapers, close up this edge, and attach our velcro. Now come and show us the final look of our diaper. So guys, I've gone ahead to do all that I told us we are going to do. First of all, to close this part, which I've done, I added a little elastic while closing it to give it fitting, to shrink it a bit. Then I've gone ahead to add the velcro, the rough one on the right side, and the smooth one I cut it into two. I fix one on this side and one on this side. So I'll go ahead to put it on our baby, on my baby, and I will show you how it looks. So I want you to try it out and let me know the outcome of what you've done. This is so durable and wash. The beautiful thing about it is that it's washable. Once it's washed, you can still use it again. Thank you, and let me go and try it out on our baby. Our baby, she's a year and 3 months this month. So you see how and she's happy about it. So try it out. The most beautiful thing about this diaper is that it's washable. It can last as long as you want. It's washable and it can last as long as you want. So try it out and you will see how it looks. Thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.